I came across this video on MK's Instagram.
Dior remixes. I want to find someone. I was speaking to my manager about hiring a big DJ to do a remix of Dior, but I've been getting a lot of remixes from up and coming kids. Good luck.
So I thought, let's play this banger. Into a speed garage remix.
If I apologize a million times, and if I wrote you like a
Let's straight dive into it. I already downloaded the original track, set it to 145 BPM, perfect one for speed garage. So it's sped up, it sounds like this. Then I did the FL Studio stem separation, like this, giving us the vocal. So first, let's work on the drop section, right here. First, I'm gonna dive into the kick and the bass. To keep the UK vibe of the original track, I wanna dive into a sort of speed garage remix. So let's pick a bass from our speed sample pack. We could go for this Notion kind of style with these basses. This one is more focused on speed garage, but let's do a sort of crossover by tweaking the preset into saw waves. Like this. And start off on a root note, so as you can see the original is in E minor. Let's start off on the root and go for those typical octave switches a lot of UK garage tracks uses. Then I'm gonna go down to the 4th note of the scale. Up to the 6th. Get that same pattern like this. And take it like this, little variation. So then we're gonna mix it. First try some distortion, because it's a little bit too thin right now. And EQ it. Boost the sub ends. Resonating right here, so dip it. And a little bit of the harshness together with the sidechain. And then I want to add in a kick as well to finish off the kick and bass. So let's go for this typical 909 kind of kick and drop it in like this. And mix it together. Kick's a little bit weak right now, so let's add this decapitator plugin. And mixing the distortion around here. Then route the kick and the bass to a bus channel and open up the sub end quite a bit. So I'm boosting it around here at around -11 and glue them together with some compression. So altogether the kick and bass sounds like this.
if I apologize a million times.
We got the bass ready, so now we're gonna continue with the groovy drums. So open up the speed sample pack and start off with a top loop. This one's really groovy, so fit it to the tempo. Sounding like this. I think the hi-hats are lacking a little bit in the drum loop, so let's layer it right at the offbeat. And mix it in. Just like this. Then it's missing a little bit of that typical garage swing. So first we need to place some sort of a closed hi-hat right before the first open hat. Get it slightly off the grid for some more groove. Yeah, that's solid. Bend it to the left with a stereo enhancer. Then we're gonna do the same with a snare. And place it right here. And slightly off the grid as well. Way too loud right now, so mix it in. You can barely hear it. So it's just there for the vibe, for the groove. So then just copy over the groove elements. And then I just want to add a little bit more. This sort of shaker loop. Something like this. So then I run them out to a drum bus. First glue them together with some compression. like this, just a small amount, really small amount. Then I added a soft clipper, backpack the threshold quite a bit, and bump it up with a post filter. And then to compensate for squeezing the drums together, I added a transient shaper to it as well, giving back some punch to the drums. So altogether, our UK garage drums sound like this. So now we're gonna continue with the M1 organ. A lot of those typical UK tracks uses an M1 organ in a breakdown. So let's load up a new M1 sound. Sounding like this. So then copy over the bass MIDI and make a little variation. Yeah, that's solid. Then route to the mixer channel. Add some distortion. Compress it a little bit. Just like this, catching the peaks. And I think some delay would add something to it. Yeah, that's solid. And finish off with some reverb. Also make sure to remove the low end in the reverb. Yeah, like this. This is perfect. Already so groovy right now. So let's see how it sounds together with the vocal. Yeah, it's really solid. Really like it. First, let's get the vocal right before we mix it in. So add in the sidechain. Yeah, this volume is perfect. And then remove the drums in the drop right here. Just as the original. We're gonna tweak it later on, but just keep it like this. So now we can continue with the breakdown. Let's add some effects to it. You can use this one right here. And duplicate this one. Now we need to add some more ambiances to it. So drop in this one. Sounding like this, you can barely hear it. I'll just normalize it. And mix it in properly. No volume. Same for this one, just stacking it. Then I want to add in a string ambience as well. So open up labs. Again, really low volume, so bump it up. And drop it in at a really high octave. Something like this. So this will be our breakdown foundation. Now we're gonna work on the build up. So drop in the build up loop from the pack. Just drop in this one. And then a little bit of reverb on it. Just like this. And also drop in a kick. And tweak it like this. Also cut out the crash because it's missing right here in the build-up loop. So now we need to arrange the other part of the track. I think I want to keep the drums right here. So just make sort of intro. Maybe we can add in some sort of a Reese bass right here. I don't want to introduce the M1 or the other sound already because we need to keep it interesting. So just copy it over. Like this. And pick a Reese bass from the pack. I think I want to use this bass to sort of keep that other Notion vibe as well. And just mix it in with a sidechain. And it's solid. Yeah, already bringing in energy. And then we need to add in a reverb of the M1 right here. So add in an Edison. Record the first note. And drop it back in. Reverse it. Yeah, that's it. I really like that effect, so just make sure to remove the low ends. Then the only thing I want to do is arrange the drop a little bit more. Just turn it into a 16-bar loop. And drop back in the crash fill right here. After the first 8 bars. And layer it with a right loop. Of course, run it to the drum bus and mix it in. Just like this, and put it stereo. So that's my take on the MK remix. I think it turned out really dope, so let me know what you think about this in the comments. Besides that, if you like the video, drop a like, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see y'all in the next videos.
My baby only wears guitar. Back as a kid, I used to dream I'd be a hustler. You know my style, you know whatever's mine is yours. You know my style, and I love Christian Dior. Whatever's mine is yours. Whatever's mine is yours. Whatever's mine is yours. Whatever's mine is yours. Whatever's mine is, whatever's mine is, whatever's mine is, whatever's mine is. You know my style, and I love Christian Dior. If I apologize.